When you're ready, Ellie.
Okay, so my idea for this show is called The Making of Patient Zero. The idea is that one presenter will interview all members of the Pathogen film production, which includes Ben, Mark, the scriptwriter, Mark, an actor, but he's also part of the team itself, and Kirsty, who's the photographer, but she also does all the PA work. And then joined with their two guests, Jamie and Jason, who are both main actors in the show. But Jamie also doubles up as a boom mic operator, so they're all very hands-on because it is only a low-budget film production. So there'll be a few clips in between that feature unedited bits where they've taken out and put CGI in just to show you how it's all done and stuff like that. And then Mark is also can do amazing zombie makeup like the picture on the left-hand side, so he'll be doing demonstrations of that. And then the main overall concept is to show media students such as ourselves how to turn an idea into a production, and sort of like the process that we have to go through, because they have been making this for over a year, so it's quite a lengthy process. The reason why I have chosen this is because during my research, over 75% of you said that you were interested in watching clips and videos about the production making process, and over 70% of us are interested in filmmaking, which obviously isn't a surprise because I guess that's why most of us are here in the first place. I conducted some interviews, which there's some of the quotes from them, and during some of the feedback you said that some of you had concerns that it would be quite boring, so I've looked at the two presenters, Graham Norton and Alan Carr, and how their shows different, like their presenting style, because obviously they've got very high views, all of them, but Alan Carr's recently been knocked off because of low viewing rates over Graham Norton, so I thought comparing them and seeing why would be a good way, and then I could take some of that and put it into my own show. The main idea for this show is all of this. So we'll be one presenter to introduce everybody, then the guests will just get asked those questions, and there'll be a VT from the premiere, which is on the 15th of April, which I'm going to, and I have been given permission to film. And then there's just continued questions, and there'll be a demonstration, and there'll be a VT of Ben, which I'll go into a bit later. And then, because taking from earlier the Graham Norton thing, I don't want it to be a sit-down, boring thing. So I thought, playing off the name of the show, Patient Zero, we could have a really intense, funny, silly game of Operation, because I'm sure that most of us played that when we were kids, because I know I did, and it's quite an old classic. And then we'd have final questions and the roundup. For the radio show, it's quite a similar idea, but it's more focusing on the soundtrack side of things. So we have all that, and then they actually had, the soundtrack was made by a band called Ghosts in the Photographs, which are performing at the premiere, so that'll be in the VT as well. And then I have just quickly come up with a song list, because the show is more of a sci-fi thing. I thought I'd stick to that theme, and with the songs such as like Huey Lewis from Back to the Future, and Come and Get Your Love, which is from Guardians of the Galaxy, which is more recent, so the time period is quite varied, but it all sticks to like the same genre. Oh no. The clip is gone. No. I'll just skip this. Oh no. Okay, so for the VTs, we'll have the Patient Zero premiere, which is on the 15th, and that will have, so you'll get behind the scene looks at like the cast and crew, obviously, because I was on the show itself, I can have access to all of that and like almost mini interviews with them. And then the next one is Ben Wild, which he is more on the animation side of things, so even though he's got nothing to do with the production that the main show's about, I thought it would be quite a nice thing for people who maybe aren't interested in that to have something else in there, and then it's just some of his work for that. And then, so the floor plans, the main show idea is that, and then we have the game show, so you'd have the left side of the studio where the whole thing was coming. I'd like to put fake walls in there, well not fake, but just like you know, the wood ones, because I think that would be like really nice to do. And then because that then comes from the whole corner, which comes from the corner because obviously it's very prominent in Chatting Man Alan Carr, he uses the corner, so instead of a flat background. And then my personal influence is James Corden because he's just really funny. And yeah.
Okay, thank you. The zombie makeup demonstrations, are they going to be live in the studio or a VT?
Live in the studio.
And why have you chosen that way?
Because I think it'd be really interesting for us to actually like see almost how long it takes, because they spend hours doing the makeup before the cameras even start rolling.
So
I think
if
that's
it's
the
live in the
process.
studio, will there be moments where it's dragged out, or will it
I
go
think
on?
maybe having an idea of it going on in the background while questions and every so and then going back over to it would be quite a nice idea, just because it gives you a feel of how long it actually takes and how much effort goes into it.
Okay. Anyone from the audience? Any questions? Spencer?
Yeah, you've chosen to base your TV idea on the making of this Patient Zero. If this episode flops and doesn't do as well as you'd hope, then how would the show change to accommodate that?
Well, because this is only coming out just after the release, the show's actually already, they start filming episode 2 in the summer, so it's kind of already been guaranteed a second thing, and it's been given really high. It's been put out there quite a bit, and the expectations for it are quite high, so even though I don't know how it will perform, the suggestion is that it will do really well and get onto TV.
Sammy? Sam, sorry?
So you say that the crew, it takes hours before like your screening
Yeah.
and everything to do all the makeup. How are you going to squeeze that all into 30 minutes?
Because we're not going to do everyone. Like, because in, say, if they were filming, the zombies used in the scenes, there are like 7 or 8 of them, and because it is a low budget production, they only have one makeup guy. So that takes a good 45 minutes per each person to do it in full. So just having one person to do maybe half of it, that would shorten it down quite a bit. But it will give, yeah, so it'll be like that, but times so many more people, and that'll kind of give it that way.
Brilliant, thank you. What we'll do, Ellie, in the video,